Welcome, beautiful people. Welcome to yet another video. I hope you guys are feeling good. I am glad to be back with another video. And in today's video, I have a bit of news, some Chelsea news. Of course, I will be doing my review, my belated review, because I was not able to film yesterday. But I hope you guys really do enjoy this content. Of course, I'll be discussing about the injuries and how it is going to affect Chelsea. Because December is going to be one of the toughest months in the Premier League. So if we have any opportunity or any chance of maintaining this lead and even possibly winning the Premier League, I don't know what we're gonna do. We have to be very tactical about it. We have to be very creative about it. Of course, we've suffered lots and lots of injuries, especially the game yesterday. From how it started to how it just went on, the game was just a bit off. But the most important point is that we got our 3 points. Now, coming to the next game, we'll be facing West Ham on Saturday. I'm a bit nervous. I mean, the game is an early kickoff, 12:30 UK time, and we're supposed to be having our best squad because, of course, West Ham are not joking, and the people we're competing with, currently in the top 3, are not joking. Liverpool, Man City, I'm not joking, so we cannot be joking too. Of course, yesterday I felt like we were a bit overconfident, but the overconfidence went a bit down when Watford equalized that goal. So I'll be diving into the review, some Chelsea news, of course, then let's get into the injuries. And then if you enjoy this content, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. Give it a big thumbs up, share it with your family and friends. Don't forget to subscribe. Turn on the post notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. Now, let's start with the review, yeah? So, based on the fact that I did not do the video yesterday, let's start with the review. So, in terms of the game yesterday, in accordance to Thomas Tuchel's words, it was a lucky game. A very lucky game. The most important thing for me is that we garnered the 3 points. Hakim Ziyech is finally getting a bit of form. Mason Mount, though he has lost a bit of kilos, he has lost a bit of pounds, he is still looking good. I mean, he was able to give us 1 goal and 1 assist yesterday. So, great game from Mason Mount. But let's start with the starting 11, right? So, in terms of the starting 11, a very interesting starting 11. I was a bit worried. I mean, especially in the midfield where we're suffering loads and loads of injuries, we just have to bring Saul. Okay, we'll get to Saul a bit later. Now, in terms of the starting 11, we had a 3-4-2-1 formation with Mendy in goal, who was phenomenal. He did try. And then we had Rudiger, Christensen, then we had Chalobah. Sad news for Chalobah ahead, but we'll get through it. Then, in terms of the midfield 4, we had Alonso, who had a very upsetting start. I wanted Alonso to be substituted, bro, but who is going to be the substitution? So in terms of Alonso, but he let's pick it up because he was part of the creation of the goals that were converted. So in terms of the pivot, we had Saul, who in this game I just felt like was a bit off, and he was substituted in the 45th minute. We'll be getting into that. And then right next to him, we had Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who was a bit... I have hyped Ruben Loftus-Cheek, yeah. RLC, I have hyped him, and I've seen him play. He has had some good games, but this was not his best game yesterday. Then at the end, at the right wing back, we had no choice. We just had to go with Aspilicueta due to the fact that Rhys James is out on an injury. Now, these injuries are becoming a bit too much. And to be honest, I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of it because we are at our best form. This is what happens when, you're just doing so good and then it just bring you down. So in terms of Chelsea, what's bringing us down is our injuries. But then we'll find a way to salvage around it. And then in terms of the front 3, we had Mason Mount, Hakim Ziyech. What's Ziyech? No. Okay. We had Mason Mount, Christian Pulisic, and then we had Kai Havertz up front. So that was in terms of the starting 11. Now, even from the starting 11, you can tell whether your team is going to win. Sometimes it's easy to tell, sometimes it's hard to predict. But I was not feeling confident going into this game. And that's why I even gave a possibility of a Watford scoring. And it did happen because Watford, the way they played Man U was just a very interesting game. I mean, they dominated the whole game. Even in this game, they dominated the first half for the most part, but then we were still able to nick in a goal. So let's just dissect the first half while we're at it, yeah. So coming to the first half, we were playing rubbish, absolute rubbish. There was no organization. The interceptions from the Watford players were just too many. They were literally playing half box, half pitch. They were in our half, and the ball was just not moving to their other half, and it was really tough. Then the moment that stopped the game, the match had to be suspended. Marcus Alonso notified some of the officials that there had been a bit of commotion in the fan side, and the fan had a heart attack. Luckily, there has been an update. The fan is doing okay. He is well now, and shout out to Marcus Alonso for that. Empathy, nice. So in terms, after the game was suspended, of course, all the players had to leave the pitch, and then the game had to start over again. Now, I think we really needed this. I know it's so sad that it happened, but we needed this wake-up call, because Watford, before this incident, they had already had an attempted shot, although it was not on target, and they're just hyping their fans, yeah, let's go, and then, bruh, yeah, we just needed a breather, and I'm glad that we got it. So when we went back, we recuperated, no substitutions, but we started playing better. Alonso was losing the ball so recklessly. Saul, what the hell? I think this is not the best game for Saul, and it was clear he was just not at the right place at the right time. He was losing balls, and he even had a foul. He had a foul that I almost thought would be given a red card, but luckily it wasn't, and we were able to salvage the first half. Chalobah, to a bit tricky game. He had a moment there where he was trying to pass the ball, and then he literally gave it away. Anyway, guys, so Mason Mount had an attempt though in the first half. It just hit the goalpost, and then it deflected. Mendy had to be on point, on guard, and I just don't get why he just did not win the Ballon d'Or. Guys, he was the clear winner. Look at how he's playing. The way he was playing, the way Mendy played against Watford, bring Donnarumma to play there. Let's see what he'll do. I'll wait for your answer. Anyway, guys, I felt like Mendy really showed up for us in this game. Then in terms of the first half, of course, at that moment, I don't even remember the time, because this game was just so many things are going through my head right now. But during the first half, a very great assist from, yes, a very good goal, a very great pass. I think it was from Chalobah, I'm not sure, Chalobah or Rudiger. Then Marcus Alonso just forwarded the ball, and then the ball was passed to, it just passed to Marcus Alonso. Then Marcus Alonso passed it to Kai Havertz, then Kai Havertz to Mason Mount, and Mason Mount with the goal. It was very selfish of Kai Havertz, according to the commentator. I mean, if it was Kai Havertz, I would have taken upon myself to score if I was him. But I doubt that would have been a goal. But shout out to Mason Mount for that great goal, great assist from Kai Havertz. Then Watford just decided, you know what? You guys ain't shit. You ain't. And they equalized. I mean, great goal from Dennis in the first half. I noticed him from Watford. He just dominated the whole game. The way he just dribbled Rudiger. Rudiger ate beans yesterday. He ate beans, and I mean, he tried, but it just converted to a goal. Very good goal. It is what it is. So halftime, we are level, and we have a bit of players that we have to make substitutions. I always insist on making a first goal. I always insist on making a strong lead. Whether it's 2 goals ahead, whether it's 1 goal ahead, going to the second half will be a bit more confident that even though we don't lose, we're able to draw. I would take a draw, but I prefer a win. Champions of Europe. Oh. Anyway, guys, we come to the second half, and we had a bit of substitution. So Saul comes out, Thiago Silva comes in. Then a bit later, I think Mason Mount came out, or was it Pulisic? Oh, sorry. Pulisic came out, and then Ziyech came in. Trevor Chalobah had to leave due to a hamstring injury. And I just have a big question. I know Barkley, tried to start a game one time in the past. But why didn't Thomas Tuchel prefer to start Barkley? I know he's all about inclusion and rotating the players and making sure that all the players feel included, but Saul is still trying to get his groove on, and till that happens, I don't know when that's gonna happen. And right now we are at a bit of a crisis. We will need him to put on his big pants on, because at the moment he is struggling. So coming to the second half, it was a bit back and forth. It was a 50-50 game. Watford still wanted the game as bad as we did, but we just wanted it a bit more, in the words of Rudiger, in the Premier League. In the Champions League documentary on the football app of Chelsea. So if you haven't watched it, please check it out. It's a nice documentary. You're gonna cry. I cried, but you might not cry, but it's cool. So guys, anyway, we had a very great goal. A very great goal. I don't know who passed from the defenders, but a very great pass from the defenders. Marcus Alonso passes it on to Mason Mount. Mason Mount passes it on to Ziyech, and Ziyech, Moroccan Wizard just nicked in that beautiful goal. So 1 assist and 1 goal from Mason Mount, 1 goal from Ziyech. He's finally picking up form. He should start more. If he plays like this, he should start more. I agree, 100%. But if he flops, if he's playing badly, then let's respect him. So we had our second goal, and I feel like this was the moment that we needed to lose this game. I cheated it. So follow me on Twitter, by the way. So I was like, this is the best time to lose this game. Let us make sure that Watford don't equalize, because I feel like that was their goal. They would have put a Burnley on us, and a draw, and we would not. I just feel like a win would have been more comfortable for us. So that was in terms of the review. For my score prediction, of course, for my score prediction, I predicted a 3-1 win, and it ended with a 2-1 win. So props on me for the win. I'll give you a few updates about the Club World Cup. Now the dates have been set, and the first game will be on Wednesday, February of 2022, and then the final will be on 12th. Yes, I think I got that right. So 12th February 2022 is when the Club World Cup. Yes, Club World Cup. What's her name? Club World Cup. But yeah, but those are the dates. So be on the lookout for that game. I hope we grab it. I hope we win this game, because we just need as many trophies as possible. You can never have too many trophies. So in terms of the injuries now, I just want to take a bit of time. Now, I just want to take a bit of time to talk about the injuries. Now, we are struggling with the injuries. Now, how many players are injured? Of course, in the Watford game, even Thomas Tuchel talked about, it was just like a Medicare center. I mean, we were just having injuries each and every single second. Christensen was injured. Chalobah was injured. Hakim Ziyech was injured. I don't know who else. Oh, Crystal Pulisic was injured, but they were injured, but some were serious, some were not. Now, for the serious injuries, this is where I have to talk about how it's going to affect our squad. Now, at the front, we don't have any injuries at the moment that I have confirmed. Then, in terms of the midfield, this is where we're struggling. Kovacic is out, and his period of being out is not certain. Now, Kante is out. Kante might be back, but his injury too is still not certain. Now, added to the list was Ben Chilwell. Ben Chilwell, who will be out till next year. I want to cry when I think about this, and it's so sad, but I don't know what to do, man. Guys, this injury issue is really bugging me, and I hope Thomas Tuchel will find a way to bring people off the bench that we probably did not know we needed, There's just that moment, and so Chalobah is out too, and Chalobah is out, I think, for the next 2 or 3 weeks, and Chalobah has been playing phenomenally. Guys, this is one of the best players in Chelsea. In terms of defending, he's one of the best, and he's still young. He has all the energy. So this injury will just tear him down. I hope, and pray, and wish, and everything that this injury does not affect him, and he comes back better, if not the same. Because what happened with Zuma after Zuma's injury, he was just never the same again. And unfortunately for him, he had to leave. He had to find a better place for his career, and he decided to move to West Ham. So I hope this does not affect his injury. In terms of Saul, just do better. I hope he can do better. I hope he can adapt better. But at the moment, he's struggling. So that is in terms of the injuries. How do you feel the injuries will affect us? Of course, at the moment, we at our peak form, but the injuries are just tearing us down. Liverpool are not joking. Man City are just sniffing up on our asses. Like, yo, they're just sniffing up on our asses, and they just want to just take the top spot. They're just 1 point shy, and they will use every opportunity to win. And they're not losing games. So, food for thought, guys. So I really hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Share it with your family and friends, and please don't forget to subscribe. Turn on the post notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. And I'll definitely be seeing you in my next video.